Good morning. I want to thank the representatives from Chad and Costa Rica, as well as the member states and all who've spoken on this very important issue on establishing a United Nations Permanent Forum on People of African Descent. As the world continues to erupt with emerging human rights threats, whether in Nigeria with the advent of the End SARS movement, Ethiopia as it grapples with civil conflict, or right here in the United States, the murder of George Floyd, a Black man killed by a police officer who is currently on trial. It is evidence now more than ever that the United Nations must act decisively in establishing the Permanent Forum on People of African Descent. As a representative of civil society organizations, Diaspora Rising, as well as a group of more than 20 civil society experts that set forth a proposal on the modalities for the forum, we know that in an increasingly connected world, it is impossible to talk about the issues of the Black diaspora in a vacuum, and we must be intentional about drawing the connections between and amongst the global Black diaspora. Though the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination has thus far been the baseline for addressing issues of racism, the concerns of people of African descent extend far beyond racism and include issues of inequality and economic injustice, the climate crisis, and as the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed, issues of access to adequate public health infrastructure, amongst other things. The Global South, and in particular, people of African descent, are bearing the brunt of increasing income and wealth inequality that mandates the examination of the dominating economic systems around the world. People of African descent are experiencing state-sanctioned violence at the hands of police and military forces that have deemed their lives disposable. The Global South, and people of African descent in particular, are bearing the brunt of the climate crisis as they deal with natural disasters that have become unnatural disasters. The climate crisis is catalyzing migration patterns that are becoming security issues. And women and children are bearing the brunt of these forces, and their rights are being violated in bewildering ways. This moment demands boldness and proactivity. Indeed, for the United Nations to remain current and, dare I say, at the forefront of the issues that affect people of African descent, it must ensure that its permanent bodies reflect the issues of highest pertinence. Therefore, I, on behalf of my organization, Diaspora Rising, and the group of more than 20 civil society experts that set forth a proposal for this permanent forum, I stand strongly in support of the formation of the Permanent Forum for People of African Descent because the forum would represent the diversity of the African diaspora, as well as create a space to unpack and explore the confluence and congruence of the issues faced by people of African descent, as well as the strategies to advance the full liberation, dignity, and human rights of people of African descent everywhere in the world. Again, I want to thank the representatives from Chad and Costa Rica for stewarding this process, as well as the member states and all of the speakers for the opportunity to share. Thank you.